Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Casil. Here is your assignment for today while I am gone. There are two things in Canvas you will need to do. The first thing, if you look over on your to-do list, or for those of you who actually read my calendar, you'll see there's two things. They're both 6.1. There's a Do Now, which is a quiz on Canvas. It's not graded for do you get it right or not. And 6.1, Centripetal Forces Lab. This is the lab we were going to do today. Since I'm gone, we're going to do the equipment portion tomorrow. But also, we have some work to do, and that will be explained as we look through the assignments 6.1, the Do Now, and the lab. So I'm going to go over to my modules link on the left side, navigation, and choose 6.1. Let my page load here. This is Ali. Those of you have never looked at the picture of my cat on the side of the screen of the classroom before. So here we go. So you guys have your introduction assignment that was given out last week, so make sure that you complete that. But there's a Do Now and there's a Centripetal Force Lab. So the Do Now is a quiz. There's no code to take it or anything. And it's locked for me right now, and it will be unlocked for you once you've come in to start class. It should be very easy. You have an option between, is it the icon on the left side of the screen? Is it the icon or the answer on the right side of the screen? So there's just 6 questions. It's more like a survey than it is a quiz. That leads us into your lab work for this Centripetal Force Lab. Originally we were going to do the straight up lab, follow the procedure, but as you can see if you read through the beginning of my explanation here, I graded your Barbie bumper labs on Friday. They're not good. They're very not good. If you go and look at your rubric or your score for your team, you'll see some pretty concrete feedback that should help you know where your grade came from. And I know that we had a lot of snow, and I was gone the day that you wrote those. But if you looked at the differences between the writing samples and the Do Now, hopefully you'll see that there's some obvious room for growth that a little more effort and intentionality would take care of. So, with that in mind, we need more practice with our inquiry writing. That's an expectation for AP. That's an expectation for college physics. That's an expectation for science in general. So, your labs. Instead of just filling in a worksheet, you will be writing the full inquiry for this lab. It will be shaped and modeled after a similar plan for everybody else, but the writing will be your own. So you will be submitting a complete and individual lab report for this lab. You will work together with the experimental data collection. You can help one another out, obviously, but an individual document will be turned in for your personal grade. So you'll see that there's a list on here that's highlighted yellow. The yellow things are what you should work on today in class. So your lab report will include a title, an essential question that relates to variables, a hypothesis, variables that you have identified that will be analyzed, your procedure, and you'll see it says based on a video as well as the data table based on your procedure based on the video. I found a physics teacher on YouTube who has an introductory video that is very much about uses the same equipment and very similar to the lab that we would have been doing anyway. So it's a brief synopsis, but she shows you how to use the equipment. She shows you sort of the general flow of the experiment and some things you're going to manipulate, and recommends what graphs you will make. So it really is sort of a prompt for this experiment. So you are going to take that and use that to create your lab report. So that's how you'll be doing that. So I'm not going to record this obviously because, you know, copyright gets crazy. But that's what you're going to do to look at and see, wait, how does this equipment work? How is it going to fit together to actually yield the data that we need to, and what kind of analysis we'll be doing afterwards, right? So these are the things. Today you really are writing. You are crafting your experimental plan. Your checklist for what items go in there is here in the assignment. If you're not sure what to do, start by copying and pasting this and putting it in a Google Doc, and then filling in and completing the items below. You will get feedback on your draft, even if it's just from peer feedback or a brief feedback from me when we're next in class together, and then there will be time for you to work on this draft before you submit the final lab report for grading. All right, so hope you guys have a great day. I miss you. Bye.